Hello and welcome to the channel. So in this video I want to talk about the laptop that I use for editing my videos, some of the technical specs that it has, and whether or not I would recommend it for editing videos, or like what else would I recommend for editing videos. So let's get into it. This is my Lenovo IdeaPad Flex 5. It has 16 gigs of RAM, around a 256 gig hard drive, and it has a 4th generation Ryzen 5 processor. It seems to do a pretty good job of processing video up or at 1080p Full HD up to around 30 frames per second. Now, if I run a lot of high frame rate video through it, like say around 60 frames per second, or if I run 4K through it, I have noticed that it can get kind of jittery, kind of stuttery on the playback. You might be able to avoid that if you were to run proxies, but it can still process it, but the playback itself actually can look kind of jumpy, kind of jittery. Well, I don't particularly recommend running lesser specs than this, so I don't really recommend going down in RAM or a lower end processor. I think a higher end processor might improve things. I think it would be nice to have a bigger hard drive in it. I haven't completely filled it up yet, but it's getting there. Another option, of course, is to have something like an external hard drive to transfer your videos out when you get close to full. A discrete graphics card, so something like a laptop with a GTX 1650, 1660, or an RTX, or even like an AMD Radeon chip or something. I'm not sure how big of an improvement it would be, but there's room for improvement there. But this laptop works great pretty much if you're doing full HD up to around 30 frames per second, and then if you're going higher than that and you don't want to use proxies and you don't want the video to be kind of like jittery or like jumpy, then you might look into getting a computer with higher specs. But for most of the videos that I edit, this one seems to do a great job. Now, I have done some research into, like, say the MacBook Air, which has, like, the base model has 8 gigs of RAM. The research I've done seems to indicate that the Macs with the 8 gigs of RAM, if they have the M1 chip, seem to do a decent job of video editing, but I have yet to try one to actually see how it stacks up against, say, my Lenovo here. Also, the editor that I use is Shotcut, so I'm not sure what like say a high-end editor like DaVinci Resolve, I'm not sure how that would run on like my computer, but I know that Shotcut seems to run fairly well on it. Well, I hope this has helped you if you've been, say, looking for a laptop to use for video editing, or perhaps you're wondering if your current laptop can do the job and it has similar specs as mine. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.